I got two buttons right in front of me saying George and Lewis. I wonder what would happen if I pressed one of those. Hi everyone and welcome to the newest episode of Inside AMG. And now, as you may notice, I'm not sitting where I usually would because we're in the UK to shoot a double feature with the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team. Yes, you heard that right. A dream becomes a reality over the next 2 days. It's going to be action-packed. I've been told there's a lot to look forward to. We're going to get an exclusive look behind the scenes. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that.
Hello, Felix. Welcome to Brackley.
Hi.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Very nice scenery here, very nice backdrop.
Good, thank you.
I like it here a lot, I gotta say. It's my first time here. But why don't we start out by you telling the people at home what it is that you do here at the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team?
Yeah, sure. My name is Rob Thomas. I'm the Chief Operating Officer. What that actually means is I look after the operational side of the business. So that covers everything from design release all the way through to the finished car. So manufacturing, procurement, build, test, all the way through to shipping to the various locations around the world.
Wow, and that's all done here in Brackley, all these different components?
That's all done here, yeah. We're quite unusual as a Formula One team because we do most things on site.
Mm-hmm.
So from aerodynamics through design to manufacture to the finished car. So not many teams do that. We do it all here in Brackley.
But why Brackley? What made you choose this location? I mean, it probably has to do something with the history of the team as well,
yes,
right?
That's right. We've been here about 25 years,
yeah.
And actually we're well centred for Formula One. We have Silverstone, which is about 5 miles away, but also around us are most of the Formula One teams. We're in what we call the Motorsport Valley. So around here we have about 6 of the teams, so a lot of the expertise are situated locally to us, and therefore it's ideal for us to actually come here, and it's perfect.
And already mentioned the beautiful backdrop that we got here. I mean, this isn't just a display piece. This is an actual car that's been on the racetrack with all the spots and all the dirt on there. And I can't wait to see how it all comes together.
Well, let's go and do that. Let's take you around the factory. Let me introduce Kate, and she'll show you around. Have a great day.
Hi, Felix.
Hello there. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. And thank you for taking the time to show me around.
Of course.
I mean, we already know each other, obviously, but why don't you tell the people at home what your position is here?
Yeah, so I'm the Mercedes-AMG Corporation Manager. So basically looking after all marketing and comms activities that AMG would like to do with the Formula One team. We have lots planned today for you. So we're going to see various different departments.
Nice.
So why don't we get started straight away? But before we head off, let me show you a quick video message that just came through from George for you.
From George?
Yeah.
Hey Felix, I hear you're in Brackley today, going on a simulator, trying to beat some of my lap times. So good luck with that, have a great day, and let me know how you get on.
Okay.
That should already give you a hint on where our first stop is, so why don't we head there straight away?
I'm actually going to go into the simulator now.
You are going to the simulator now.
Yes! All right, awesome.
Let's
Lead the
go.
way. Thank you. Wow.
So this is Marco and Arndt, who are part of running our part of the team running our simulator.
Awesome.
They'll be able to get you ready.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Marco, right?
Yes. Hi.
Arndt.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So yeah, quite the impressive operation, I have to say. So what is your job exactly? Let's start with you. What do you do here?
My role is a performance and simulation engineer. We try coming up with the best setups for a certain race. So we do everything in between data collection, preparation, and then we feed that into the simulations that ultimately the drivers come here and test.
Awesome, awesome. What do you do?
I'm a simulator operator, so I take care of the whole facility here. I help the drivers to get comfortable with the simulator itself, so I help them to get a nice pedal position. I also take care of the hardware itself, so yeah, just make sure everything works quite well, and also take care of the room here, so everything is in line for all the engineers coming in to look at the data.
Of course, George posed a bit of a challenge for me today. Yeah,
it's gonna be quite difficult, but it's a good challenge.
So you guys know which target time I'm gonna be aiming at today?
Yes, so we'll be aiming for George's best lap time from Barcelona in qualifying, so 1 minute 19 seconds, 0.4 roughly. So we'll get as close to that as possible.
Ooh, that sounds like quite the challenge. So yeah, I guess I better get dressed up and settled in the simulator and comfortable.
Yeah. Follow us.
Awesome. Exciting.
And here's our simulator.
Oh, nice. Oh, that looks awesome.
Further down, there we go.
Okay. Ooh, snug. If you can't tell, I'm a bit of a big guy, so. Ooh, this is exciting. This is exciting. Unfortunately, I had the chance to drive in a simulator before back in Affalterbach, but this, I gotta say, is a bit of a different feeling. This Formula One cockpit, that's a squeeze for a guy like me. And all those buttons on the steering wheel, I'm definitely not gonna be fiddling with those. I just assume that everything is set perfectly for the lap time I'm gonna set, or I'm gonna try to set. Wow, this is as real as it gets for a guy like me. Childhood dream coming true. I can't get more Formula One feeling than this. Oh yeah. All right, pulling in the clutch. Put it in first. Wow, this is a lot harder than I imagined. This feels so different. I feel like I'm driving a car for the first time. I'm not lying. It's really so different.
The minimum gear you need to be in is third gear. As a reference for the lowest speed corners and the last chicane, so you can, approach all the others in effectively fourth gear or above.
Okay, getting some valuable feedback here. I'm so far off the pace, I can really feel it. Like, I need to go so much quicker to actually produce any aerodynamic grip, but it's so difficult. George is probably watching this right now, just crying from laughing so much. Oh, okay. But already I can feel the car is feeling a bit different. Like, there's a little more heat in the tires now, I think. Everything feels a bit tighter, a bit more grippy. Still can't get the hang of braking though. Put it in second through the last chicane here. Oh, back stepped out a bit. My word, this is so much fun. Honestly, can't believe how lucky I am to get to try this.
Feel free to step a lot harder on the throttle when you're coming out of a corner. You're losing a lot of time, effectively corner to the next, from the exit to the next entry. So, yeah, just push a lot harder.
Unfortunately, I can't put any of the good feedback to good use. Quicker than that. Probably gonna need to put it in reverse. We're moving again. George is probably thinking, what is this clown doing? I gotta say, that was quite the experience. I have no idea where I landed lap time wise, but I can tell you, this is really something else. Yeah, so just bear that in mind when you watch this video at home and think, what is he doing? This is really hard.
So just as a reference, between where you started and where you ended, you improved 15 seconds, but you were still 20 seconds off the pace.
20 seconds off the pace.
Yes.
Wow.
We'll help you to jump up.
All right, jumping out. Awesome, absolutely awesome. Like,
Glad you enjoyed it.
nothing prepares you for the speed and like there's so much to think about and I was not even going fast. I mean, it was so off the pace. Oh, wow, absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for this experience. But how do you guys manage to get that amount of realism in there?
Effectively, anytime we go to the track, that's a 50 people data collection team. So,
wow.
And then there is a lot of data processing back at the track that happens sometimes even in real time. Mm-hmm. And we try to feed as much of that as possible into our simulations.
I mean, I don't have the comparison. I've never driven a real F1 car. I probably never will. I mean, this was already a pretty tight squeeze. I can only imagine how difficult it would be to get in the actual car. Yeah. But I can imagine that the stuff you gather with so many people, so much data, that also really helps the guys on track.
The closer we get to how the car actually feels, the more we can then rely on the simulations to help us in the preparation for the next event. So whether that is setup tuning or sort of energy management, if we have very good simulations, then we can trust those results, and we have a chance. We hope to get to the Friday session as prepared as we can.
Awesome, so cool. Thank you so much to you and Arndt for
no worries. I hope you enjoyed the day.
Oh, yeah,
Kate was telling me that you have a lot planned to see.
Oh yeah.
So I'll show you.
Awesome.
I'll show you where the next.
Better get out of this suit.
Felix, do you want to know your lap time?
Yes, I would love to know my lap time.
1:40.5. So you're only 20 seconds off of George's lap time.
Only 20 seconds on a 1:19 target time. So that's oh my God, that's ages.
So you still have some work to do.
Yeah, I still got some work to do, and forgive my appearance, but this was actually very exhausting.
But was it fun?
It was so much fun. Thank you so much.
Shall we head on to the next department?
Absolutely.
Perfect, let's go. We are in the race base now. I will introduce you to Darren, who's our operations director, so he can tell you what's going on in this part of the factory.
Nice, thank you. Darren, nice to meet you.
Hi Felix, welcome to the race base.
Thank you.
So at the moment, as we can see, pretty quiet in here today. So the vast majority of our equipment at the moment is trackside for an event. So it's very different to how it is normally. So when the guys are here building the cars and getting ready for the event, whether it's the turnaround or the prep, it's normally a hive of activity in this area. But today you've got us on a bit of a quieter day.
Yeah, I can imagine how much is going on here normally, and I can't get over the fact how squeaky clean everything is. I mean, this looks like a laboratory environment almost. Crazy.
So we do pride ourselves on keeping to a real high standard of cleanliness, and it's something we need. We work in an enormous level of detail. It's a complex car, and the level of detail that we work with requires such a high standard of cleanliness and operational procedures, if you like. So it's it is something we work on. We work hard with.
Also, largely probably due to your position as director of operations, right? And your responsibilities.
Yeah. So within my areas of responsibility across the operation, my role ranges from planning and purchasing through the supply of components through to the car. So we'll have whether it's stores, inspection, the build areas that you can see in the workshops behind. So whether it's the gearbox, it's the hydraulic side of things, the fuel system, engine systems, a right remit across all areas of the car really. So yeah, it's all encompassing.
Nice, nice. And I still feel like a kid in a candy shop in here, I gotta say. So can you show us around a little more?
Yeah, sure. If you've got time, we can go through to the machine shop and have a look, see what those guys are doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so Felix, here we are in the main machine shop here at Brackley. Can I just give you some safety glasses?
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. So, within our main machine shop, we run 4 shifts, and we have quite a broad sort of range of skills in this department. So we have upstairs where the machine shop manager is and the programming. So the guys will program up there. Through down to here where the machine tools are. So this is where the guys will operate and run the machines, and this is where we'll be manufacturing, of course. We also have our inspection department. So we have 2 inspection departments here at Brackley. A main inspection for parts that come from the external supply chain, but our own inspection department in the machine shop to quality control what's manufactured internally here.
Sorry, it's just crazy. I mean, I did not expect to see this much machinery, and this is just this crazy big factory hall of equipment.
A lot of investment. We've had a lot of investment over the years to make sure that we've got the resources we need to be able to manufacture components for the car.
So cool. Awesome.
So I'll give you perhaps a brief example of some of the materials we work with. So we've got, when we have VIP visitors, we tend to bring them into the department and show them some of the parts that we manufacture. A lot of it is the high complexity, complex components that we like to really inload and rather than sending outside if we can. A range of materials we work with, so for aluminium, for example.
Pretty lightweight, I'd say.
Yeah. We then go to titanium.
This is already pretty high tech, a little bit heavier.
Yeah, yeah. So aerospace grade materials. Stainless steel.
Classic. That already feels quite hefty. I mean, this is not a big cube, but it's got quite a bit of weight to it. It says it right there, 411 grams. It's almost a pound.
And then we also do some components out of Densomet. So if we run ballast on the cars, that's the type of material we use. So the guys are familiar with using and cutting all these different materials.
That's almost a kilogram of material. I mean, that almost feels comical, like it's magnetically pulled downwards.
So the difference between the aluminium and the Densomet.
That is just crazy.
Yeah.
Really impressive. Wow. Nice, nice. And also seeing these parts and how complex they are and how complex the shapes are, and to mill all that, that's pretty impressive, I gotta say.
Yeah, so we run a range of machines, mills and mill turn machines as well, so we can produce quite a range of components if you like. This is quite an interesting one as well. Ultra lightweight. So
that feels like it's made of plastic.
So magnesium.
Magnesium.
So we don't do too much with it, but it's one of the components we've manufactured. And all of these items are manufactured internally, whether it's the fabricated items in our fabrication department or the machine components as well.
I gotta say, that level of precision is just super, super awesome. Major respect. Thank you very much for that insight.
No problem at all. So that's it for the operational side of the visit. I think now you're off to the design office.
Ooh, nice. That sounds interesting. All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Felix.
Bye. Hey guys, before we head on, One quick word from future Felix, because I'm sitting here in the editing bay where Inside AMG videos come to life, and we realized there's way too much great footage that we got to cram it into one video. So I'll see you again in part 2, where we take a look at the paint shop, get some more tech insights, get to see the race support room, and we get to meet the legend himself, James Allison. So stay tuned for that.